I'm going to do this worksheet. It's a little difficult, but you can handle it. First thing is I got to take this information and make an equation for a line, okay? So I'm going to take, for my slope, I'm going to know it's y equals minus 7, 6x minus 1. So I'm taking my slope, my y-intercept, and making just a normal equation, all right? To determine the y-intercept, I just put 0 in for x. So I go y equals minus 7, 6 times 0 minus 1. Of course, this just crosses out. I know my y is equal to minus 1. So if I was to graph this, y equals to minus 1, it would go here on my graph, okay? Now, that means that's where it intercepts. So the coordinates for this would be my x doesn't move anywhere, so it's a 0, because I put 0. My y coordinates is minus 1. That's the end of that story, right? So now I'm going to take that same equation, and this time I'm putting 0 in for my y, okay? 0 is in for my y. It's minus 7, 6, x minus 1. We've solved equations like this in the past. We just add 1 to both sides. This would turn around and give me the variable by itself, so it would be plus 1 equals minus 7, 6x. And to get rid of this, we take the reciprocal. So we take 6 over 7. We're multiplying. Make it negative 2 to get rid of it. So this would be 6/7 over on this side. It would be negative. So the answer is minus 6/7 equals x. So if we're not moving on the y, minus 6/7 being x would be just about close to the 1. Wow, this is really tight for a graph, okay? But we can also use the old rise over run routine, figure out what's going in here. How do I do this? My rise is on the top, and my run is on the bottom. Because it's negative, I'm not rising, I'm lowering, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down, and I'm going to go 6 this way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now you can clearly see the graph and where it would go. You go through all these points. I'm going to try my best to get it one hit. Boom. That's how it would graph, okay? So that's kind of one way of doing it, is just going rise over run and just seeing where it hits, but I know it starts at minus 1, but I want you to use this too to get used to doing this, right? Let's do the second one and make sure we really understand what's going on, okay? So I clear that. It says the slope is minus 4, so I'm going to say y equals minus 4x plus 7. Okay, make sure everything looks right. So the first thing I do is put 0 in for there. So this would be minus 4 times 0 plus 7. This, of course, would go away. I get y equals 7. So let's mark him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This would be my first stop, right? And let's take that same line and do the next thing. I'm going to put 0 in for y, but the rest of it goes in. Minus 4x plus 7. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. Minus 7 equals minus 4x. Right, divide by 4, negative 4 to be exact, minus 4. It's going to give me a positive number. 1 3/4 equals x. All right. This is 1. 3/4 would be about here, okay? So now I can drop my line on this thing. I'm going to go straight down, try to make this happen. Oh, that's wrong. Let's try it again. Not steep enough. There we go. Right? Let's check it and see if we're doing things correctly. Now, if I'm doing this correctly, if I start here, all right, my rise and my run, it should be down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And over 1 would be about here. So I'm a little messy with this. It should be a little more the other way, but try our best, as you can see. This gives you an idea how to do this. It's not too bad.